You've been told that success as an entrepreneur looks like working 60, 70, 80-hour weeks for years in a row. We're just gonna put our heads down and grind it out. But what if the opposite was actually true? What if you could outperform 99% of businesses by actually doing less? Doing less, but doing it better. No, this is not some productivity hack. This is a business operating system. And in this video, I'm gonna break it all down. So let's dive into this. The first thing that we need to do for ourselves is redefine what does winning mean? Because when I look at the social media space, especially around startups and entrepreneurship, it's all around winning, meaning working harder, doing more, putting in more effort, more grind, more hours every single week than anybody else is willing to do, and that's how you win. But I have had the opportunity to work with and study hundreds of top startup entrepreneurs and CEOs. And the number one theme that I see is that they aren't working harder than anyone else. The only thing they're doing is working smarter. They've actually shifted the entire North Star of their business away from effort, right? Effort, hours, sweat equity, towards leverage. How do we get the most out of what we are doing with the smallest level of input? How do we optimize maximum ROI on our energy and our time? So the best CEOs that I know aren't doing more. They're actually doing less, but they have strategically chosen every single thing that they do to produce maximum ROI, maximum leverage for the time and energy that they put in. And the reality is, so long as we keep ourselves trapped in this belief that winning means working harder, we will always work harder, because who doesn't want to win? We will show up and put in more hours thinking that that's winning, when in fact that brute force approach actually tends to yield worse results, and all it does is burn you out in the process. So the first real fix here is not actually in your business, it's in yourself and what you consider winning to actually mean. When you start to shift your focus away from working harder towards working towards higher leverage, all of a sudden you are going to unlock a new set of skills, a new set of ideas about where you can take your business next. The second place we need to look to get more done with less is in our people, our team. There's this absolutely hilarious video of 5 professional Korean soccer players playing against 100 children. Most entrepreneurs, most businesses that I see are playing soccer with 100 children. We have a bunch of B+ players on our team running around this field, trying to chase down absolutely every single ball. There's no structure, there's no role clarity. And every time someone on our team says, man, I'm really overwhelmed, our solution to that is to just hire more, throw more bodies at the problem, put more children onto the field. But all that does is cost a lot of money without actually producing a more effective result. Versus when we go from 100 children to 5 professional soccer players, right? So in our business, that looks like getting the right people into clearly defined seats, clearly defined positions on the field, making sure that we have A+ players in every single role on that field, and then very clearly outlining their role, their responsibility, and how they interact with the broader team to win the game. That's how we get way more done with way less people. You and your team don't actually need more hours to grow your business and achieve your next revenue goal. You just need to be spending those hours on the things that truly move the needle and eliminate all of the wasted hours that comes from trying to pick up dropped balls or uncross wires, or we accidentally doubled up on work because I thought you had it and you thought I had it and actually nobody had it, so that ball dropped and we're trying to figure out what's going on, right? Like that consumes so many hours, and the root cause is that it's actually just disorganization within the team and within the team's structure. So if we just implement what we call role clarity inside of your business, you're actually going to be able to produce way more growth and revenue with way fewer people and way fewer hours invested. The third place that we get to look for trading effort for output is in our systems. Here's the bottom line. If you don't have a system, then you are the system. I'm gonna say it again. If you don't have a system, then you, the founder, are the system. Let me give you an example. Let's say that your team member is running a process, they don't know what the next step is, and there's no system, no SOP for them to go to refer to and say, what's the next step? Where are they gonna go? Well, they're gonna go to you, and they're gonna ask you what the next step of the process is. Let's say that you have a member of your team trying to track down a piece of client information or figure out what's going on with that client. If they don't have a system where they can go and find all the information that they need, where are they gonna go? Into Slack to you, right? So we founders compensate for a lack of systems with our own time. We get pulled into the day-to-day weeds. Our team, our clients will literally pull us in, asking for the next thing, maybe asking that same question again and again and again, simply because when there is a lack of system, we, the founder, have to step in and be that safety net. And so not knowing anything about you, I can almost guarantee that a minimum of 5 to 10 hours of your week right now is being spent inside the weeds of your business simply due to a lack of proper systems. And just by getting the right systems in place and getting our team to use them properly, we are able to free up hours and hours of our time every single week, hundreds of hours every year that we get to put back to work on the highest leverage, needle moving activities, or that we just get to take that time back off the table and spend it with our family, doing hobbies, traveling, doing the things that we truly love and that give us that level of freedom that, let's be honest, we started our business to achieve in the first place. So here's a key takeaway that I want you to be thinking about, is that when I'm talking about mindset, when I'm talking about systems, when I'm talking about team, when I'm talking about leverage, what I really want you to translate that into in your brain is profit, right? The more work we can get done with fewer people on the team, all of that is slimmed down cost. It's a leaner, more productive team, and that produces a more profitable business. When we have systems that free up our time and free up our team's time, we get to earn that time back and use it to drive more revenue and more profit. So the great news about getting more work done in fewer hours is that it doesn't just create a level of freedom for you, it actually creates a higher level of profit within the business. The reality is that probably all the profit that you could ever want already exists inside your company. It's already there. It's just leaking out of the business through these operational inefficiencies before you can get to it. This is what I call hidden profit. And every single business has between 5 to 6 figures minimum in hidden profit right now. So to help our clients find this, what we did is we actually created a hidden profit finder. It's a 10-minute diagnostic survey. It's going to ask you a few questions about your business, and it will tell you where is profit right now, this moment, sneaking out of your business without you even knowing it, simply through the operational inefficiencies in your systems, your team, your strategy, etc. This has become such an effective tool that we went ahead, we made it free, we give it away. So I think you can grab that in the link in the description right now. And again, in 10 minutes or less, entirely for free, find some hidden profit that you get to take off the table from your business. Okay, so what have we covered so far? Mindset, team, systems. The next thing that we need to look at, obviously, if we're talking about getting more out of the hours that we spend, is time, and specifically our time as a founder. When we're small, when we're just starting, our time is worth nothing. Let's be honest. We have no money and all the time in the world. So the value per hour, what I call our effective hourly value, when we start is really, really low. But here's the thing. Time is an appreciating asset. The bigger your business grows, the more valuable your time becomes. And that's pretty obvious, right? Like the bigger your business grows, the more you pay yourself. Your hourly value increases. The bigger your business grows, the more leverage you have. And the things that you can do with 1 hour of your time become more and more and more valuable the larger your business becomes. The challenge is that we founders forget that our time is appreciating. We treat it exactly the same way that we did back when we were small and it was pretty worthless. Meaning, if there's a small, low value fire that needs to be put out or task that needs to be done, well, when we were small, absolutely, that's a task I need to take care of. But once we've grown and scaled, it no longer makes any sense at all for us to still be spending our time on the low value tasks. And yet, because that's where we came from, that's the habit we've built, we automatically find ourselves stepping in to do the low value task, to pick up that dropped ball, to put out that fire, to be there and be whatever our business needs from us, not realizing that we are spending our most valuable asset, our most valuable resource, which is our time, on lower and lower value tasks. And the challenge is that time is finite. You only have so much of it. And so that hour spent on the low EHV, right, that low effective hourly value task, as opposed to spending that same hour on the highest leverage, highest value, really needle moving activities, the gap in value between those two tasks, that is very real opportunity cost that gets incurred by your business. And because we know that we still need to get all this important stuff done, we end up compensating for it by working just longer hours, 40-hour weeks become 50, become 60, become 70, not because there's more important work to do, but because we keep treating our time like it's an unvaluable asset. As opposed to if you got really strict and discerning with how you should be using your time, with what the highest EHV, effective hourly value, activities and tasks are, the things that really move the needle and produce highest leverage, you can get so much more done with 4 hours a day spent on your highest EHV activities than you can working 12 hours a day on your low value tasks. So obviously team and systems are essential to get these low value things off of our plate. But I've seen so many founders that even once they install all the right systems and all the right team, they still treat their time as if they were smaller. And now we need to level that up and really start tracking and allocating our time differently to make sure we are always focused on the highest leverage activities. The final thing we need to take a look at when it comes to maximizing our leverage within our business is not just our time, but also our energy. Are we spending all day on the tasks that we honestly just hate doing? In the areas of the business that just drain the life out of us? Maybe this is client fires and talking to clients all day. Maybe you're like me and it's more sales, and just doing sales all day, every day would absolutely drain me. The challenge is that even if these activities are really high value, we get to the end of the day and we are just absolutely drained. We're wasted. We don't want to think about the business anymore. We're certainly not at our most innovative, our most creative, and we're spending the most energetically valuable parts of our day, right? Like the parts of our day where we are on and our energy is sharp and we have all these great ideas, and we're spending that time doing tasks that absolutely drain us and burn us out. We're just not getting the highest ROI on every hour of energy that we put into our business. And so as you are auditing yourself and taking stock of how am I using my time, I also want you to be looking at how am I using my energy? Am I spending my energy on the parts of my business that I love, that light me up, that absolutely fuel my innovation, my creativity, my big visionary ideas? The more time and energy we can spend there, obviously, the more great ideas, the more leverage we are going to produce within our business. And we're going to get to the end of every day, instead of being burnt out and exhausted, we're going to get to the end of the day and be like, God, that was amazing. I can't wait to wake up tomorrow and do it all again. And so it actually ends up being a much more scalable and sustainable way for us to run our business. So when it comes to producing leverage, these are the areas we need to look at. Our own mindset and how we think about winning within our business. Our team and how productive and profitable our team is, the systems that support that profitability and productivity for our team and allow us to step out of the day-to-day weeds, how we treat our time and the effective hourly value of our time as our business grows. And then lastly, our energy, where we are spending our energy within the business to produce maximum creativity, innovation, and growth. So obviously, that's a whole lot. And this was just a pretty high level overview. And I want to dive in a little bit more tactically into things like team and systems and the tactical changes you can make inside your business to produce more profit and more leverage starting tomorrow. So to help you out with that, I would direct you towards this next video I've got. It's right over here. And this is where I'm diving into 2 key profit pillars inside of your business: systems and your operator, that key second in command who's actually going to be doing a lot of the tactical running of your business day to day. First question we got to answer here is, which of these comes first, systems or operator? I answer all of that in this next video. Go check it out, and I will see you over there.